Good to see you all. All right, good morning, Lita. Good to see you, Grant, Norman, Kathleen. Good to see you all. All right, well, it looks like we got a little bit of a bounce back from yesterday. We're up about 199 points. A couple of the interesting stocks that are moving this morning. We're going to check them out. We got this one stock, ILXT, up about 182%. Always nice to have a stock that's up if you had it the day before. But you know what? Had a nice push early this morning. We'll check it out. I know it was in one of the morning watch lists. So we'll actually just came from nowhere. It came a little bit later after the watch list, actually, what I'm saying. It was the other ones that moved. This one started popping right around 8:30. So we're going to check this out and a couple of others. Anyway, sorry about it. Hopefully you guys didn't miss me yesterday. I had actually had a really good event yesterday. I'd like to share it with you. I did a presentation for NASDAQ, and I was educating a lot of NASDAQ employees and a lot of influencers of Asia. So from Hong Kong to Singapore, a lot of people on the Asia market want to learn how to trade the U.S. markets. And it's just amazing that so many of them just don't understand how the market works, as in when it comes to level 3. And I did a big demonstration on Total View. So there's going to be a lot of them joining us coming from there. A lot of influencers. People want to really trade this market. They have to see what's going on. So when I see them, we'll welcome them to our team. And, you know, it's only, like I said, it only will help us, not hurt us. So thanks for all of you guys that attended the event yesterday. It was early for me, too. So I had to do it because, remember, they're 12 hours, I think, ahead or behind. I think they're behind us. And, you know, for me at 8 o'clock in the morning is 8 o'clock at night for them. But anyway, let's go talk about what's going on, what happened yesterday. There were a couple of really, really nice rallies yesterday, a couple of really nice stocks that made some big moves. I want to start off with, oops, typed in the wrong one, VRU. There we go. So that one right there was just a monster. Look at this stock. Beautiful, right in pre-market, which was really cool because it really didn't make a big move until around 8 o'clock. It started right around 5:40. Then it went to about 575. It's like kind of like worked his feet, and then it went from 6. So that's a pretty big move from 5 to 6. And then once the market opened up, it did its typical slingshot. And right around 10 o'clock, if you just held on, you at the highs of the day, we taught you this, and then just nonstop, $6 to 14. Oh my God! I mean, if you got out at 7, you must have been happy. And if you got 9, and I feel terrible because I was in the middle of a meeting, you know, doing this event. But listen, I don't cry for spilt milk. There's always a new gallon that's going to show up every day. But let me tell you, for a Monday, this was literally off the charts. Great winner. I know a lot of you got in. And if you showed up late to work at Cyber Trading University, you were in the trading room. If you jumped in at 11 o'clock at $10, $9.50, Jesus, could have went to 11.50. And if you still came in late, you could have jumped in then. And then you pretty much, the party was over right around 11:30. So that was exhausting. That was a lot of action. And like I always tell everyone, you could always buy one share. You could always buy one share. If you feel like you're chasing, just like we teach you in class, you just buy less. You don't buy more, okay? Because there's going to be other ones that come up, and you know, and you always want to go out there and be prepared for the next one comes up. BDSX had a nasty shake. Just bring that up right here. That stock had a big run up in the after hours. That stock right there, but this stock right here, I would. You know, we'll put it, I have it on the list, but I'm going to put this on the B list, you know, on Norm. But we'll come back. But there's 2 more stocks I want to bring up. NEO, another nice little run up with that stock right there. NEO took a big hit, but it made a nice little comeback. And then PO. Hold on, I typed in the wrong window. CYTO, there we go. So that one also had a really nice push middle of the day. That ran from $1 all the way to $1.50, and it had this huge run right here from $1.40 all the way to $2.10. Nice little cheap little stock. Everybody could afford it. Yeah, it came crashing down. You know, yeah, that's why we don't trade in the middle of the day. But everyone should have got a little piece of this action right here with this little shake right there. So not a lot for a Monday, but let me tell you, some good quality trades. Okay, so what are we trading for today, right? So what we got moving? Listen, what happened yesterday is old news. Don't worry about it. There will be other ones like every day. It's always a new adventure here at Cyber Trade University. We say it all the time. And just to remind you, today's Tuesday, Traders Talk in the Cyber Group room with Josh. You know, it's the most exciting event that we do here at Cyber Trade University. If you aren't watching YouTube, Facebook Live, just like us and friend us. You could always just join us in our trading room and see what it's about. But don't forget, guys, training is where Hump Day comes in. And then I'm going to be live again on Tuesday this afternoon at 4 o'clock, open house. Look forward to seeing you all there. So let's go through the watch list, see what's going on. So we know what's going, what we have. So we got a couple of stocks right here that are moving. So I'm going to throw back on the list the RLIXT. That stock had that nice little push right there. Not completely sold on level 4. You know, I mean, it's got some nice iceberg orders out there. Oh, damn it. I X'd out of it again. I had it up here. So it's the problem when you have too many windows. And they have to load up again. It takes about 10 seconds. Let me get that up and running. But as that's coming up, you can see the stock's got some nice support levels just above 250. So nice little push on that stock right there. So we're going to watch that one. What else we got going on? And that's the biggest percentage gainer. The next one, this is the stock I put on the B list. I was looking at this stock right here, and I saw it. I'm like, you know what? A lot of small tier sizes. It started backing off. So not really a big fan of this stock right here. Okay, looks like I'm loaded. TX. Just want to bring up level 4 so you guys can see some data on this stock right here. What we got going on. There we go. Perfect. There we go. All right. Now let me bring it back up here. Let me show you what he got going on. Where the hell's my mouse? There we go. All right. Here we are. So we got a big iceberg order that came in here, but the guy canceled. It looks like he probably hit the bid up there and bid it up, but you could see that all that big on the heat map where those orders are. And these guys got filled there. So that stock's got some really good orders that are jumping in and out. So we're going to keep an eye on that one too. This one I told you put on the B list. Oh, this one, another stock on the B list. BCDA and BDSX, all on the B list. This stock is moving pretty nicely. Now, we already know about this stock from yesterday, and she is really picking some momentum. So, listen, just because she was tradable yesterday does not mean that she's going to be so friendly to you today, all right? So be very, very careful looking at what is tradable and what's not. This stock also up about 12%. Not really that movement. This had a nice pop early after hours, but it's just starting to back off. And then now we're getting around the 8%. Not really that much action, so we're going to square this out. This one looks like it's moving pretty decently. Wow, that just had a big pop right now. Looks like program trading kicked in on LCID. Want to keep an eye on that one. On the losers list, well, we know why CYTO is in there because it was such a big gainer yesterday. IVDA, I forgot to mention that one. That was also another big runner up yesterday. But that's why she's on the big loser. Hopping over here on the New York Stock Exchange, what's moving on their end? I mean, this stock's up 28%. Tier size a little bit on this tight side. Spread's a little big. No real clear direction. Put this on the B list because she is the biggest percentage gainer. RLX, and that's not Rolex. It just sounds like it. But had a nice early morning pop, but kind of dead right there. And, you know, once we get it, like I said, once we get around the 7%, I'm usually dead. I'm pretty much done with it. Looking over here on the big movers list, I'll keep an eye on Twitter. Twitter has resistance levels right around here, just below 48. Looks like she just tried to test it and she came back down. But, you know, she did come down a little bit. Buy on rumors, sell on news, but the news is still out there. I'll tell you, the news that I heard over the weekend about Elon Musk, it's amazing how Twitter, this is pretty funny. It's amazing they allowed him on the board, but they wanted to limit him that he only could buy 15% of the company. And he's like, yeah, not, you know. So what does that tell you? Okay. He wasn't interested in 15%. Okay. So where there's smoke, there's fire. So, but you know, it was clever. It was smart in their part. You know, if somebody said, you know, knowing that you have somebody that's doing a hostile takeover, and you know, and I really hope it does happen, because not for just the sake of Twitter and everything else, free speech, but as a trader, I think this is probably would be one of the most historic trades that you've ever seen in the stock market, to see a superpower multi-billionaire buying out a company, and how it actually happens. Now, it happens all the time with certain companies, and you really don't hear about them very often. You know, we see companies buy out here and there, but to hear a superpower of a major high-tech company get bought out like that is unprecedented. So, and that would be really cool to see it, because obviously, as a trader, you'll see great business, you'll see all that, just to see how it actually comes to fruition. You know what I mean? So that is the really cool part of it. That well, Glory, I bought it. I bought it. I'm long it. You know what I mean? And you know what? You saw what he did with Tesla. You know what I mean? So why can't he do it with Twitter? And you know, he probably won't go out there and buy Google because it's too expensive, or you know, Facebook or anything like that. But when you really think about it, Twitter was down around $30. One of the big superpowers, you know, in the social media world. So it's still, you know, it's not like it's a lot, and there's not that many outstanding shares. I think they said it was pretty cool. I was listening to one analyst. They said something pretty cool. The company basically is worth about $50 billion. Okay, he's worth $250 billion. Okay, to him, you know, it's pocket change. It really is. He could buy the company out. He's like, if he really wants it, even if the company goes bankrupt, I mean, what's $50 billion when you're worth $250 billion? He's worth $250 billion. You know what I mean? And he has it in cash. So it's not like he owns it in stock. You know, well, he does own a lot in stock, but he has a lot of money. But I just really think it would be cool as an educational tool to see how this would happen. So I'm really looking excited. I hope it does happen. Not the fate of the company or just social media, but just to see you know, just to see it actually happen, and it trains you to show you how how the board is freaking out, and how to try to limit it and try to protect, because they know that if he buys them out, they're all out of a job. I mean, well, technically they're all going to be rich because they all own stock options and this and that, so they'll be taken care of no matter what. But another thing I heard, that Twitter had to have a day off because of they needed a day off, the employees, because of the therapy and you know the stress of hearing Elon Musk might buy them out, which you know, I never heard of that before. But hey, you know, I guess that's a world we're in right now. But let's yeah, you know what? That's true, Lita. I would say the same thing. I could see a movie coming out on that, right? I could see a movie, just like how a movie came out, like I told you. And I don't know if you guys heard this the first time, but I used to say it all the time. You want to watch one of the greatest movies ever to be a trader, watch the movie The Big Short. Not only was the book amazing, but the movie, you have to watch it twice. And not that overall it's just a great movie just in general, but it educates you the power of finance and how these traders capitalize and how they manipulate the market with Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, all that stuff. How Bear Stearns, amazing. So definitely check it out. All right, guys. So list is not too crazy. It's not the best, but we got a couple of things. Listen, you saw what happened. You know, you saw what happened with the stocks from yesterday. These all of a sudden these come from nowhere, like the VERU. Listen, we can have another one today. We always have them there. So, like I said, you see something, you say something. Don't forget, Cyber Group, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You have Josh is doing Traders Talk, and then we'll be back here at 2:30 if you're watching YouTube, Facebook Live, and at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, I will be doing an open house, educating everyone more about total view, direct access, you know, iceberg orders, all that good stuff to help you in today's volatile market. So we'll look forward to seeing you there. See everyone in about another 15 minutes. Let's go get packed up and ready to go. In the meantime, be safe, everybody, and we'll be back.